Thanks to his charm, he continues to endear himself to the masses, from a budding student leader and now taking to the national politics and becoming the Member of Parliament for Embakasi East. Fed your guesses, I'm talking about none other than Paul Ongili, alias Babu Owino. He is our person of interest today on Siasa Brigade, the 5th edition, that I'm truly humbled and honored that you've joined us for. Of course, it will be interesting because before we wrap up the conversation, we definitely will have As Is the Norm, the Wheel of Time segment that actually covers highlights and lowlights with regards to the life of Herman Manyora. And today we'll be looking at the day way back in 2016 when he walked his daughter, beloved daughter, down the aisle, and as a young father, because he says he's actually not old and that he's aging like fine wine, what reservations does he have about the day in terms of the highlights and lowlights for the day? And did he have any worries giving away his daughter to a strange land, to a strange family, to a young man? Is he proud of her over time? That, of course, will be coming to you before we wrap up this conversation. My name is Mwenja, and let's jump straight into the conversation. Herman Manyora.
Yes.
Aging like fine wine.
Exactly.
All right. We are talking about Babu Owino, Embakasi East Member of Parliament. And we've seen a number of intriguing insights into his life. The most recent people questioning his decorum and, of course, shortcomings in Parliament with regards to respecting standing orders and so forth. We saw his rattle with MP Sankok, with the fight with Jaguar the other day. We've seen him disobey a number of standing orders in Parliament. In the near future, do you think the personal trait, character, the decorum when legislating in Parliament and even beyond of Babu Owino could somehow spell doom for him?
You know, politics is a strange game. And what you think is wrong could be right to many people. What you think is even repulsive could be very palatable to some people. And the politics also has its own drama, you know, as light moments. And there are people to lighten up politics. So Babu Owino has played that role of lightening up politics, and he's done it very well.
Really?
Yeah, lightening up politics. Sometimes it doesn't just have to be very dull. Of course, there are people who have reservations about certain things he's done or said, but by and large, he's that politician who always brings the light side of things. Yeah.
Skeptics to your narrative will say that characters such as Babu Owino are examples of the few who are living on extended grace, that at some point the grace will no longer be in their side. It will be irredeemable damage both for their picture in politics, I should say public image and so forth. Could it get to that point for him if he goes on with his public relations stance, some that are negative, some positive?
You must then be prepared to change politics from what it is to what you are saying it will be. But if you look at politics in terms of what it is today in this country, then there's always a place for Babu Owino. And there are many Babu Owinos.
Different names.
There are many people I would not want to see in politics. Least of all being my leaders. But they are there. I may not have the power to change it.
I see.
Politics is played in such a way that it's a game of numbers.
All right.
Those who get the numbers get leadership.
All right.
You may like it, you may not like it, but there's not much you can do.
59 years later after independence, we've seen our political landscape largely being defined by the matter or the element of allegiance and literally loyalty to your, of course, to your oversight authority, should it be Raila, Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta, or whatever coalition you are under or party, and so forth. You've seen Babu Owino straight from student politics. He went right direct to the ODM side, that is under Raila Odinga's umbrella. Over time, he has actually stuck in that camp for a while. He's not showing any signs of ditching camps, not even in the near future. With regards to matters rewarding loyalty when it comes to Kenyan politics, for Babu Owino, should Raila Odinga clinch this seat come August 2022? What could be in store for Babu Owino, despite just being a member of parliament? We are looking at him probably heading special committees in parliament, those with the magnitude and the ones that really have the say at the end of the day.
Of course, politics is a game of interests. And whenever you support somebody, you do so with some interest in mind. And those you support also weigh the contribution you make. And they always, more often than not, reward you in terms of your contribution or perceived contribution. So I wouldn't be surprised if Raila decided to reward Babu Owino. There may be many people who may complain about it, but that's politics and there's nothing you could do. But I would also think Babu Owino will need to be in politics, in parliament for at least another term to to be processed into a more serious politician, into a more mature politician, a more presentable politician, a person then you can push to greater things. And I wouldn't be surprised people like Babu Owino, they could become governor, senator. I don't think they have a problem.
In the near future?
Yeah.
Sticking to matters to do with allegiance and, of course, pledging loyalty to one's party, there is a difference between respecting a person and actually worshipping him. When Babu Owino back in 2017, when he was taking his oath as a member of parliament right there at the National Assembly, he actually pledged allegiance to Baba. He actually did attach the name of Baba when he was reading his oath of allegiance, which actually the speaker then actually made him actually redo it one more time. So a number of people are saying Babu Owino is more of worshipping Raila Odinga other than respecting the authority. And they say there's a danger attached to such circumstances. Does it really exist? I
don't even remember that. The one I remember most is the one of Babu Namwamba, where he saw in the name of Raila Odinga in 2008, after 2007 election and the attendant fracas and so on. That's the one I remember most. But you can see Babu Namwamba more or less come out of it. Now, to answer your question, the line between what you call loyalty and what?
Respecting authority and worshipping the authority.
Is always blood in politics.
Come on.
Yeah, it's not...
But somehow don't you think it will portray Babu Owino as another version of the Raila of 2007 and beyond, that of a radical, a person who can wake up, probably revolve against the government and so forth?
I'm saying the line between loyalty and sycophancy or whatever you call it, whether you are being loyal or you are worshipping somebody, is a very thin line. Let me take you to America. Throughout the tenure of Trump, Mike Pence, who is not just a street boy, governor of, is it Indiana State?
Indiana.
Who always referred to President Trump in very glowing African phrases, almost in a, you'll think he was in Kenya. So it is not easy to say, okay, this is normal loyalties, normal support, or this is this is worshipping. It's not very easy.
All right.
People do it in different ways. There are those, for example, who may not speak like Babu Owino, but every weekend wanapeleka mbuzi kwa Raila, most likely.
Blue-eyed boys.
Yeah, they do it in their own way. There are those, if you met, when they are meeting Aida, for example, you think they are meeting some goddess. There are those who make sure they look out for Uhuru Kenyatta. There are those who sing Ruto's praises in daylight. There are those who don't seem to do it. But every evening, wako na Ruto. Your Excellency. So it's not a very easy thing.
All right.
But politics is about loyalty.
I see.
Yeah.
Babu is a young political person in this country. But if you look at his traits on the podium when he's on these rallies, he's always launching charm offensive. Yes. Of course, trying to rally support behind Raila Odinga, particularly so for the women gender. And over time, you've seen him coin a number of phrases, Warembo Hai, Wamama, Mwa, and all that, which somehow is actually working for him, because actually it worked in the favor of Raila in 2017. Do you think that now the charm offensive that Babu brings to the stage and all that stuff, in 2020 in particular, could actually work in his favor? Because he was accustomed to that when he was a student leader. Somehow it worked in 2017, but people are saying that probably it's time that people are seeing Babu just beyond the normal phrases and coins and all that.
It's already working. He's exciting these things, they may not be. Look at Rafael Wanjala in Busia, Budalangi. Tawe!
Yeah.
Tawe! People love those kind of things. Usually you saw Babu Owino. Yeah. Baba, you are bringing free education, blah, blah. Let us send Sakaja back to school. Let us send Malalas. Let us send...
And Rigadi.
Those are the things people want to hear. Yeah. Unfortunately, those are the people who are the votes.
All right.
They love to hear those kind of things. And you need somebody in your corner who can deliver those. And I think Babu does deliver from the days of Tialalala and
T-Beam and all that.
T-Beam. And they have worked. Until I got Raila, I heard Raila saying T-Beam.
And Wamama High is actually saying that.
Wamama High. So, there is a place for a Babu Owino in every politics. Electoral camp.
All right.
You need somebody like that, people of that nature. You need fighters like Sifuna who can engage intellectually without sparing anybody.
Right.
You need you need diplomatic people who can deliver punch. You need all this, a combination of, because hii ni jeshi. Hii ni jeshi, na jeshi itakuwa na askari wa angani,
different brigades,
nchi kavu, majini,
tank battalion.
Yeah, ile ingine wanakuwa wanaruka chini miavuli. Yeah, you need.
All right.
You get it?
I get it. We are seeing now a section of Kenyans coming on board and saying for Babu Owino to have a kind of progressive future in Kenyan politics, it is time he should mutate his style of politics and literally distinguish the fine line between student leadership and now national politics by literally setting out the clear boundaries. We are seeing he's still trying to fuse some elements of student leadership in the Azimio camp and in Embakasi East politics. How best, as a young politician, could you advise him now to distinguish the lines? Because now he's dealing with the older generation, elders in the society are looking up to him as a young man, but as their leader. But they are saying it's high time he just mutates out of the student leadership politics.
Babu is still a young man. He's still cutting his teeth. And he's still working on his profile. To run out of what he is now and go to become somebody else, in my view, will be too early. He needs at least 5 years to mature into somebody else, so that come 2027, we can begin to see a different of Babu Owino. And he can begin going for bigger things in a different style, even dress code. There are changes.
All right.
Yeah.
The lifestyle beyond National Assembly and all that.
Yes, how you speak in National Assembly. Like you have already said, he may be given leadership. Once you are, some of these things even shape you. When you are given a serious parliamentary committee, it also scales down some of the excesses. It shapes you, Yeah.
All right, you'll agree with me that indeed comparison is a thief of joy. It is known out there, it's in the public domain. But allow us to compare Babu with his fellow counterparts in the Kenya Kwanza Azimio, Kenya Kwanza coalition, who actually almost peers with Babu Owino. I'm talking about Jago in Kenya Kwanza, Didmas Barasa, Ndindi Nyoro, Kipchumba Murkomen, and that tier, If you're looking at their performance, the authority they stamp in parliament, in legislation, and even beyond in the electorate, would you say that among that fleet of, let me say now 5, Didmas Barasa, Kipchumba Murkomen, Jago, and Ndindi Nyoro, would you say that they cannot match Babu Owino? Because somehow Babu has actually carved a niche in terms of leading the revolution that young leaders should bring in national politics.
Babu has a national following. He has a constituent that is ready to receive him and cheer him. And that's why people like Raila appreciate it. They know. They may not like some of the things he does, but they know he brings capital to the camp. He's way ahead of the people you have mentioned in terms of mobilization skill, exciting the crowds, keeping the numbers for the captain, that's Raila Odinga. I don't think any of those you have mentioned are anywhere near Babu Owino. Didmas Baraza, Njagwa.
Many have fronted Kipchumba Murkomen as a fair competitor to Babu Owino.
Kipchumba Murkomen also brings something else. Some intellectual element that where he may outshine Babu Owino because of the responsibility he was given even before he became a member of parliament in the devolution thing. And these are the people Raila made actually. So in the devolution, when they were crafting devolution issues, and then when he entered the house, he was given house leadership, and until he was removed in the second term. So he has had time to hone his skills, to make use of his training as a lawyer, much more than Babu Owino. So in that area, he would do slightly better than Babu Owino. But overall, he's nowhere near Babu in terms of mobilization.
I see.
No, he's not.
Coming to the tail of this.
Because if Babu Owino went somewhere and you didn't give me the microphone, people will complain.
Yeah, actually, Kalonzo alluded to that the other day.
Yes, you have to call Babu.
He said, "Staki shida, Babu kuja ongea."
So that kind of person, he's a mobilizer, he's a darling of the crowd, the young people love him, and it's good.
So are you trying to say that should Babu Owino exit politics, it won't be the case of Musalia, which you said, in the next few years, Musalia will be going to the Senate. People ask, is Musalia Mudavadi, was he a football player? No. For Babu, it will always...
Babu has just started his political career. In fact, when he stood, I didn't expect him to win. He's my friend. I like young people, I make friends with my students. I didn't expect him to win. I knew he was going to try his hand. And perhaps in 2027 he would win, 2022. But he won. And now he's in the deep of this thing. And I'm telling you, it can only get better for Babu Owino.
I see.
Yeah, I see the metamorphosis that will take place It's naturally you'll find some of the things you'll just shed off. Naturally. There are certain things you can't do beyond a certain point.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's close it at this. We've seen Kenya Kwanza get the majority dominance of young legislators, Jagwa, Nyoro, Murkomen, and a number of them. There are over 10 of them who are vibrant on ground. They have the authority and gravitas to rally followers behind their leaders. But if you look at the side of Azimio, we actually seen more of just Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna. Would you say when it comes to August elections, if you're looking at now rallying the youth vote behind the two presidential candidates, that Kenya Kwanza is going to have a field day? Because unless we have Jalango coming on board and pulling the strings for Raila, then probably the Dindi Nyoros and Murkomen will rally all the youth votes to the Kenya Kwanza side.
But where are you leaving people like Joho? These are not very old people. They're very powerful people, young. And the people really love to hear them speak. Granted, the other side has more youthful leaders, and it here comes with advantage. But also in terms of getting votes, you organize. Organizing to get votes is not a small matter.
There's a difference.
The team that Raila has put on the ground, I think to me will deliver a lot more than the young people. The young people may also be entertaining, very good, but to go deep and extract the vote itself requires a lot more than just entertaining people.
Are you saying that the likes of Babu Owino or Joho are the people who will actually not just bring people in terms of turnout, but also it will reflect in the final tally?
They will bring, but you need structures and other people to capitalize on that and make sure you get the people to vote. And that's how Raila's team of regional kingpins come in.
All right.
Yes.
Well, that of course sends us to the wrap of our business today on Siasa Brigade, the 5th edition. Of course, an interesting conversation covering the political life of Babu Owino, Embakasi East Member of Parliament, and what the future portends for him in the world of politics. And also we are trying to look how much of a powerhouse, or I should say a lighthouse, is he to the side of Raila Odinga and the larger Azimio coalition. Before I leave, time for a Wheel of Time segment. And today, Herman Manyora, way back in 2016, walked his daughter down the aisle as a young father, because he says he's aging like fine wine and that he's just a young boy. What reflections does he have for the big day? Does he have regrets? Is he proud of the grandfather that he has become and a father to a beautiful daughter who has made him proud over time? Talk to us about that.
You know, every parent, there are important milestones. There are things that you look back to and say, if I've been able to achieve one of these things, I've taken my children to school, my daughter is not roaming the streets of Nairobi, she has a home of her own, the person may not even be rich. But those are some of the things that make parents proud. And if children knew it, they'll make it a little more, they'll make it a little more proud by doing the simple things of life, like a daughter going to school, not getting pregnant. Not that it's a very bad thing, but really for a parent, your daughter goes to school, like my daughter Raila went to school. She finished high school without instances. She went to university, she finished, got a fellow young person to start her life. So as you walk her down the aisle, so much is going on in your mind and you're proud of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Talk of that slick suit you donned that day, the black one. Yes. Where did you import it from? Because people have actually seen some of the photos on social media and they're saying Manyora was looking like it was the final day going to heaven.
Of course, those are important days and you try to put your best foot forward. Yeah, in your own small way. But what is important that you look around you look at your wife, you look at your children, you look at your daughter, and you're just proud. You're just happy, man.
All right. Yeah. But actually a number of those who attended the wedding are saying that when it came to the dance floor, they expected you, of course, to allure the masses, but they said you actually delivered a spectacular failure when it comes to dance moves. Where did that Manyora who used to take the stage during the Rumba days go to?
I'm telling you, the moment can capture you. These are moments, and you just become happy and everything else falls in place.
All right.
It's a proud father.
I see.
Okay.
Well, until next time on Siasa Brigade, my name is Richard Mwenja. Truly glad that you always tune into these conversations touching on political elements and also the wind beneath the wings of our two top presidential candidates, Raila Odinga and William Ruto. Until next time, God bless.